What's up, Nathmi? Welcome in.
Nice to see you. It's been a while.
Thank
But I
you.
know you're always there. I get your messages. I like chatting with you, but it's nice to see you in real life too, or this real life. How's it going, Gustavo?
Walking the dog on
Good,
mute.
good. And you? Yeah, just walking the dog.
You guys are the sixth and seventh Brazilian I've met with today.
God damn it.
Oh,
What are you
really?
doing?
Yeah.
I did the meeting with the Sao Paulo World AI Film
Oh, you
Festival.
did? How's it
Yeah.
going? Are you going?
I'm giving three talks. I'm giving the opening keynote. I'm giving a hands-on workshop called Vibe Coding for Filmmakers, where we're going to do like
That's
script and character development and stuff like that. And I'm doing a 10-minute how to build your own assistant little thingy or whatever. So I'm doing three
that
things.
is
Yeah.
that is so fucking huge, man. I talked to Ed back then, but I never got back from him. And again, not blaming him. I was also pretty busy, which I'm not anymore. I'm again back in the market, so
Hey, Larry.
fully free. Yeah, I am.
Nice.
So I was checking in with him. I just wanted to see like if anything went
Huma,
out.
Huma's on a ferry. I would recognize that 10 times out of 10. Yeah.
What ferry is it then? If you can recognize
Bowen.
it so well.
Bowen Island.
Bowen? All right. Damn. Look
Nice
at
to see
you.
you, sir. Hey, what's up, Sev?
What's up? Hope everyone is doing great.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
We're just assembling. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Still in Mexico?
Yeah, I'm in Mexico City until Tuesday, and then I'm coming home.
Nice. It's a
Yeah.
great change of
It's been
scenery.
awesome. Yeah, I'm staying in like a downtown apartment, and I've just been like going out in the nights and on the weekends and working during the days and stuff, and it's been great.
Sounds super nice, man. Sounds super nice.
I'm just gonna chit chat a little bit here while folks assemble, and then I got a few like announcements, and we'll kind of just go around the room and check in with everybody and stuff. Hey, Kevin,
Hey,
nice
Oh,
to
I
see
want to
you,
hear it
sir.
all.
And Kevin's by Kevin's ceiling, he is at Multimodal Media Labs, I think.
I think John came in. Yeah, John came in with the little bit of echo. What did you say, Kevin?
Oh, it looks like Kevin's at MML.
Still there?
yeah, I never left. I slept here. I'm having a fun time with cables and packing everything up. So yeah, this is the
You've
this
had
is
your hands full. I got that audio transcript from this morning, and I'm excited to listen to it. Hey, Sarah, nice to see you. Vancouver Island in the house.
Ooh.
Yeah, how's it going? Adakin, welcome. Acknowledge you. You don't have to turn your camera on. We're just kind of hanging out. What's up, Garang? Dave, nice to see you.
Hello.
And we're
Welcome,
just
sir.
1 minute in and already 12 people. I guess it's a
The,
new year, bro.
the new system is going to work out better too with like the Luma invites going to the Zoom links and stuff. So good job getting that kicked off there, Bob. I think that's what
Good
we're going to do
job.
from now on. And I took your template and I made templates for all of January, so I'll be sending those around. Hey, Michelle, what's up, Mister?
I hope you guys can hear me. How do I sound?
Sound like $1 million.
Pass the test.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh, it's going great. I went to Mexico. Are you back, Chris? Or are you still in
Oh,
Mexico
I'm
City?
back in a couple days. I'm still here.
What's the best part?
Tacos. There's like 100 street vendors right downstairs from my elevator, so I just wander out the front door and eat whatever I can recognize, or sometimes things that I don't. And yeah. Hey, Simon.
Oh yeah, how are we
Welcome,
doing?
sir. Nice to see you.
How are we doing?
Looks like you're still in vacation mode to me.
Yeah, kind of. I got sort of a couple of hours of focused work with you, Chris, and then I'm off to Whistler.
Very
So
good. Very good. Hello,
Cancun,
America.
Cancun yesterday, Whistler tomorrow, Whistler tonight. It's quite fun, really.
Juliana, hello. Nice to see
Oh,
you.
so many new faces. I like legit. What's up?
Everybody.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
pretty cool.
awesome to see. Hi,
Well,
everybody that I don't know just yet.
Mm.
We're gonna go
let's
through
just
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get this thing kicked off and we'll let everyone else drop in as they do. So this is like the 15th office hours that we've had, but I'm going to say that more than half of the people, this is their first one. This is a weekly Zoom-based drop-in, essentially. There'll be people coming in throughout the whole call and saying hi, and we'll be greeting them as they arrive and stuff like that. Usually, hey, Eamon. It's usually just a nice chance for me to tell you like what's on my mind and what's going on in the community for just a couple minutes. There's some areas I usually ask for help about, and then just get updates from other people. Both like Kevin's going to talk about the film kickoff last night, and Zaro's got some community things he wants to talk about. Got some announcements about Seven stuff and just various things we'll talk about. But we'll also get all a chance to go around the room, just say like who you are, how you're showing up today, and kind of like what's on your mind in general. So I'm Chris Krug. For those of you who I haven't met, it is nice to see people beginning to join the network who are outside of our immediate first order circle. I think that's really cool. A lot of you guys know we wrapped up our like founding member drive for this on December 31st. So we became a nonprofit like 4 months ago. We've had about 250 people join, like 245 or something like that as of December 31st, and a couple since then. On December 31st, we raised the price and took away the founding member thing, and we've still had people join in, and we're just developing our new campaigns and stuff now. So I would expect that we will continue to add nodes to this network, and it's been really fun for me to watch it grow, because when there were 50 people, there was some value that was being derived from the interconnectedness of us all. And then when there was 150 people, it really, it went algorithmic, whatever. And, now it feels like every time we add a solid new node to the network, the power of the community just grows and grows. The way we can help each other, the way we can come together in different configurations and stuff. It's really been pretty awesome to watch. So, hey, Peter, welcome.
How's it going, everyone?
Going great, man. Your mic sounds radio disc jockey amazing. Peter and I lead online courses like half our time on Zoom, so I'm happy that his camera and audio sounds so good. We've got a million things going on, but I talk plenty, so maybe I'll do the wrap up. And I just want to throw to Kevin, because we had a big kind of milestone night last night with the kickoff of the AI Film Club that's been in the works for a while. And I've heard from a bunch of you that went that it was a blast. And I was doing the behind the scenes back channel type stuff, but I'm in Mexico, and that was hard. But Kevin, you got the floor, buddy.
All right. Chris, it was amazing to know that you were here in spirit and over the digital ether, just supporting. I saw you buzzing through, and that was like so clutch. Thank you so much. If I can encapsulate it, it was a wonderful, amazing night, really. Just about 100 people showed up here in person. We had a huge cross section of folks, mostly from our community, that we've established already, but coming in with new goods and new presenters as well. New workflows, new films, new techniques, new philosophies. We got a chance to Q&A after each person, and the cross-floor synergy of people riffing on like, hey, I got a solution to the thing you just mentioned was a problem, it was just a really electric night, and it was everything I hoped for, event number 5, never mind event number 1. It was just awesome.
I'm gonna jump in for a second, then throw it back to you. I just want to contextualize it a tiny bit more. So Kevin and I had known each other for about 1.5 years. He started coming to the meetups early on back at my studio, and he was in this process of reinventing himself from traditional broadcast, VFX, film, television kind of guy, and trying to explore and understand the kind of AI changes that were going on. And he threw himself in deep, started acquiring gear, putting together workflows, and kind of just unique takes on the AI revolution as relates to film and special effects. So he and I have been doing a bunch of stuff together. He's come on as like the main AV and video guy for our events. We've started a YouTube channel, and we've always had a good, strong creative core within our community, professional filmmakers, designers, photographers, those types of people, as well as all the other types of folks. Hey, Martin, nice to see you. What's up, Matlock? As well as the other types of folks that come around. But so that call, we started the channel, and then Kevin threw together our first ever AI film festival in October, and it was really well received. We showed a bunch of shorts from the community, had a great time, and we've been meaning to do this like in-person meetup for the longest time, and already had a really solid group of people going. And so he just added water last night and knocked it out of the park. Really, it was the Florida ceiling LED screens were amazing. I've been reviewing the feedback forums extensively this morning. We've got about 30 comments so far. 28 of them are 5 stars. 2 people didn't like that they had to sit in the back row because of the floor to ceiling LEDs. They couldn't quite see the bottom third of the screen, which I give you a gold star for. If that's like people's worst feedback was if I sat in the back row, I couldn't see the whole screen, then like good job, Kevin, and everybody who came together to make that happen. Anything else you want to add there?
Yeah, this, as I mentioned a few times last night, this was a real community effort that brought this together, and it was just amazing to have a real solid presence and have everybody speak and come together with.
So we've got Luma invites up for like the next 5 of those events. That's been the really nice part of me holding up in Mexico years. I've divested myself of day-to-day responsibilities, and I've been able to strategically plan for the whole year. So we've got invites. You guys know me. Usually I get the invite up like 3 weeks before the event. It doesn't always have the speakers listed because we're just doing the best we can. But I've been able to like get up invites for 5 or 6 of our special interest groups and our main things all the way into the future. So check it out, sign up. And I want to say, when it comes to our free events, since you guys are members, you kind of get some preferential type. If there's a limited number of spots and I see a bunch of people on the wait list, I'm going to fish the members out of the wait list and get them in. So if you're ever stuck on a wait list for a free event, hit up me or the organizer, maybe even not me, but one of the organizers of the event, and let them know, hey, I'm a member, I'm on the wait list, and we'll find a way to get you bubbled up and at the event or whatever. So just so you know, I envision us offering a broad mix of events from free and super accessible to mid-range, more quarterly type stuff, and then like a more like higher end like annual summit type thing that will cost more money. But I want there to be like on ramps for everybody. And so if you're ever stuck in a queue, just let us know. We'll sort you out.
Yep. February 12th is the next one. Deep dive on getting audio together in the age of Gen AI film, getting your sound effects, getting your ambient tracks, getting your music together to really feel all the feels out of it and kick your films to the next level. I'm super excited to dive into that with y'all.
Awesome. Sev, I'm going to kind of throw to you here in a second, but I want to give another little lead up. So another one of these special interest groups or subgroups in our community that's been growing in energy and it's about ready to form its fruiting body is our AI Ethical Futures Lab. And Sev's been doing a lot of work with his economies of wisdom work. And there's been a lot of other people. I know Sarah has some interest in AI ethics. I know Chris does. Martin's raised his hand about responsible AI. And so just in the last few days, we've pulled together a Notion page and a WhatsApp sub-channel around the AI ethical future stuff. And so that is emerging. And my goal is that we'll probably have our first meetup 3 months from now, maybe right after Simon's life sciences launch. And so if you want to be a part of forming whatever the subgroup of AI ethics and ethical futures looks like, find your way in. Drop onto the channel, drop onto the Notion, put your name on there, start to speak up. And Sev, and then Sev is gonna give a keynote in April at our meetup around his economies of wisdom work. So Sev, would you just kind of give an intro to the spirit of what we've been doing here in our group around ethics and futures and wisdom and stuff, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Chris. A few years ago, I was still a partner in a startup out of Seattle, and I found myself on this podcast. And the last question of the podcast was to me is, when ChatGPT 8 comes out, what would you do with it? And I said, well, I would love the ChatGPT to fulfill all the humans all over the world. And that answer I gave on that podcast, it was a few years ago, I surprised myself because I didn't even know what the fulfillment was, and I still don't know. But since then, I got a few years of learning. And when I met Chris over a year ago, I was kind of focused on solving the problem of human life unfulfillment and AI misalignment. And that kind of was the inspiration that made me kind of start writing the Economy of Wisdom book, which was my way of learning about the human fulfillment across cultures and as well as the AI alignment problem. And as a result of it, recently took all that learning and created a novel ethical framework, a truly novel ethical framework, and managed that both takes care of a major blind spot in existing ethics and also can act as a universal AI agent governance system. And what we've done is we took all that knowledge and we actually simplified it to simple math that grade 5 can understand. And I'm very excited to share the outcome with you and start getting kind of the feedback cycles and see what further empirical evidence we need. So really excited about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Big Bear. Cool. So that's just one of the emerging energies that if you're interested in, I think now's the time to tap into. Finally, in this kind of intros part, Simon, I'm going to throw to you here in a second. And then Zara, I'm going to pass to you to do some community announcements, and then we'll just kind of go around the room. But Simon's also been helping lead up a movement within this group around life sciences and AI, healthcare, health tech, biosciences, and we intend to have our first life sciences AI meetup in March. Simon, what's up, man? Tell us a little bit about what's going on. This is a whole new room, lots of friendly new faces.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing time. We are in an absolute revolution in drug discovery. So if you're trying to discover a new drug or a new treatment, you have two things you've got to sort out. You've got to sort out what is the underlying biology. And then once you understand that, you can work out which targets within that biological system to modulate. And that's where you need chemistry to find something to change that, that biology. And there are a bunch of AI applications in the chemistry bit. Quite a lot of people now automating how chemistry addresses what we call drug targets. But there's still 2 parts or nothing in the first bit, in the biology. And what we're doing is beginning to really use machine learning, neural networks analysis to unravel what biology is up to. And within the next 5 years, I mean, my repeated prediction is that we will actually discover more drugs in the next 5 years than humanity has ever discovered to date. It's that degree of revolution. And as I've said to Chris a few times, we are going to ruin the pharma industry. That's what's going to happen. We're going to ruin the pharma industry. We're going to totally change it, rather like the music industry has done. It's still there, but it's not as you know it. And I need to get people around the table who are able to be creative about how to address this whole issue of human health and drug discovery. And there are a plethora of different pieces of the science that come together. It's been amazing for me to connect with this group because it's not just hitting the same drug discovery expertise and details that I've had with everybody else. It's a much more open-minded way of looking at how AI can help. But boy, it is a scary time in this space. The trouble is you have to spend hundreds of millions to get one of these drugs through to development. So it's about how we can do that, how we can make that choice. There's some big deals around. You know, in silico medicine has just done a deal with a Servier, a French organization, to help them on their oncology area. We've got Variation AI doing deals on chemistry again, process. There's so much that's changing in this space. Nothing is staying the same, Chris.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I just want to reiterate, he's forming a life sciences subgroup. There's already a channel. We've got a meetup coming soon, probably in 2 months. If you're interested in biology, chemistry, life sciences, healthcare, connect with Simon or just drop into the channel, introduce yourself.
Or if you're not interested, still connect, because that's how I got here. That's how
there's been something on my heart that I'm realizing now is the right time to bring up. I'm calling a bit of an audible here. So we have a private channel called Clown Car where some of the staff and organizer volunteers like Zara and Kevin and myself do some of the internal things. And I've been developing. So here's the deal. I asked one of my really good friends, Alexandra Samuel, to keynote the Vancouver AI meetup in January. And she said, yes, but. And she said, I'm just sick and tired of showing up in rooms full of men. It's too tiring. I can't do it all the time. And I said, and so she said, are you open to some ideas about how to bring more women into the room and stuff like that? And I just I gave her like a 5-minute yes. I was like, I care about this so much. I try in all these ways. I feel I'm proud of our group in some ways, and yet we're still missing the mark of parity and equality and stuff like that. And I do think there's things we can do. And I felt so like not alone when she said, yo, this is a concern of mine and what can we do together? I was like, let's take this opportunity to really make a focused effort here, right? So I started thinking about it and talking to her more about it, and I ran a bunch of numbers. So our this group, our membership, is 35% women and 65% men, which I was surprised at positively. It was higher than I thought of not just dudes. And then I ran our ticket sales for last year, and it was about 28% women, whatever that is, 72% men or something like that. So that's an interesting stat that more women are wanting to join the group than to necessarily come to the events or something like that. And so Alex and I in the background been theorizing about why there might be these numbers, like why there might be the better than industry standard number of females, but lower than, society's, breakdown up, and what we could do to kind of, and I think it's a mix of who we center and how we talk, a bunch of different things or whatever. But what I wanted to say was, so then I was like, okay, well, this is a great opportunity to have all kind of like a quiet. It's not a women in AI night by any means. It's just an AI night. But all three of the keynote speakers are women for January, and about half of the people that have signed up so far are women. And so that kind of correlates with this theory that I have. If we can get the invites up early and put people's faces on them, and if they're representative of not just the dudes in the room, but of the diverseness of this community, because in lots of ways, we have a lot of not white people, we got a lot of queer people, we got a lot of different interesting people, but yet I think there's room to put energy into this more, making it a welcoming place, connecting with other organizations that are focused on these things, doing ticket swaps or different things to just like, so I just wanted to say, this is on my heart. It's in my daily energetic efforts. And I want to pose it sort of as a question, is like, who can we connect with more organizationally, or how can we take these values out of our heads and hearts and continue to center them into the actual structure and infrastructure of the organization? So that's been on my mind. I wanted to share with you. I invite your help or participation in whatever that ends up looking like. But I think it would really continue to signal to the world that we are doing something different here, that we really do care about this, and not just on a like a superficial level or something like that. So yeah,
Chris, just one quick comment on that. In my industry, in life sciences, we have a dreadful problem that the data that we're working on is dreadfully biased towards male population, and that causes a ridiculous bias. And there's a bunch of stuff that are gender related in terms of male and female data that it makes it impossible to balance it up. So we really have to make an effort to focus on this. Otherwise, we can't solve it at the medical level.
Armin, I see your comment there, and I do want to invite deeper discussion on this, but I kind of want to set it aside and find a focused way to do that. So I just wanted to kind of introduce this for now that I care about this. I'm inviting participation. Oh, and also the only two speakers I got booked for February. I joked to Alex, I'm like, I want to just program a year's worth of female keynote speakers and not tell anybody about it. Just have it be that's what happened or whatever. And she's like, if you do that, you should write a case study about it. But then I noticed that our two keynotes for Feb are also women. So that's pretty cool, I think. And I'd love to just keep that train rolling and just, make that a big part of who we are best we can. So Zaro, you got anything before we go around the room?
Not really. All the things that you commented and the things that I'm seeing, Armin and Matt, I think that those are a different. Wait, I stopped chowing down on apples. 1 second. There, we back.
And why don't you just introduce yourself real quick? Let's just pretend like none of us know each other.
Exactly. To all the people, to all the new faces that I'm seeing here, I'm Gabe Zaro. I have been working in the gaming industry for a long time, working on community, creating infrastructure out of communities, and joined Chris a little bit like he talked about Kevin. I was walking around and researching AI, and I saw a rope and I started climbing it, and then all of a sudden it pulled me into a hole, and inside that really, really profound hole, there was this community, and now we're building it up back up. And this is what I was going to talk about the topic. But yeah, community focused person here, and helping Chris however I can, and helping this community to grow and find ways to engage with each other. But one of the things that I've been seeing and that I've heard from other members as well is what Armin put there. At one point, they were like, are we in the wrong side of the AI discussion? You know, because it's so evergreen and moving every day that you don't know like where to stand. You know, when it's talking about art or when it's talking about big pharma, it's really easy for me to take a position. Fuck yeah, let's do that. Like I think it should be cheaper. But what about art? And what about this and that? And I think that the one thing that we bring, that this community brings of most value, is the exact point that we are a big stage for these conversations. No one else is so balanced, or at least not none of the events or communities or groups that I've seen are so balanced in accepting all points of views and actually wanting to debate to get to somewhere. So this is what makes me really happy to be here. I'm not in one side or the other. I'm really in an observer spot, and this is what this community gives me of value. It's not the event here or that. It's the fact that all of these people are interested and curious together and open to discussion without, putting their flag down and say, no, this is our position in AI. No, we are very diverse and we are looking to be more diverse, pushing for more women speaking, pushing for more people of color, etc., etc. This is really interesting to, as an exercise to like create the best ethics and move forward with it. Sorry, I
Yeah.
took so much,
No,
but
that's perfect. I mean, you hit so many things that are, I think, core to our DNA. But I just want to say, when I describe it to people, what makes us special, I'm like, we're curious about the opportunities and going after those for ourselves, and we're skeptical about the party line, and we're holding, corporations and government to account, and we're trying to be critical about what's coming our way, and we're both of those things at the same time. And that's what makes us, unique. So, okay, thank you. I'm gonna call some names, and I'd love for you all to just be like who you are, what you're up to, how you're showing up, and just get like a minute each or something. And Nethmi, you get to go first, followed by Larry.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I just unmute and mute and yeah. So hi everyone. I think I have met most of you, and yeah. So I have been here like over one or a year ago. Like I think I met all of you, and so currently what I'm doing is that I was in the industry like 7 years or 8 years. So I recently moved to Canada. This is my, not recently, comparatively, this is my 4th year in Canada. So currently, I am just doing things for my immigration process. So I was full-time working for the past 6 months, and to just do my immigration documentations and everything. So for this year, I'm starting a new pathway for me. So I just got my BC Early Childhood Educator Assistant license. So I'm hoping I'm starting my career as educator assistant from next week. So yeah, that's what I'm doing these days. Apart from this, I was in the industry and
And you say you're in the
I'm
industry,
here.
you're a data analyst, right?
Yeah, I was in data industry actually. I started as a data analyst, and then I just engaged with the information technology companies. And then before I moved here, I was a data scientist in my home country. By the way, I'm from Sri Lanka. So yeah, and then I was while I was studying here, I was working with my husband's company. It's also an IT company, and it's a startup in here also. So I was working with him for until the last year, and then I just found work and then doing the full-time work. And I think so far we have done the things that we wanted for the immigration process and everything. So I'm just focusing more on in the another aspects of actually starting to learn new things. So yeah, it's in mostly in early child education, and I'm figuring it out. And also, I came to last like yesterday's AI film club event, and it was awesome, and I enjoyed it so much. And I'm hoping to come for the next events as well next month. And I would love to thank you all I would like to thank you all for organizing that event.
I really want to
Thank you
push
so
that
much.
back onto everyone on this channel. Usually I don't get to talk to only members, but the only reason we can do film club events that are free is because we all kind of came in, made a membership and made a thing and funded this thing in the middle. So we've built some community assets and resources together that allow us to do that kind of stuff. So thank you. Larry, about 1 minute. Who are you? What are you up to? How are you showing up today, sir?
Okay, I'll talk fast. Larry Boutillier, I'm the Executive Director of Extended Learning at UBC, and I'm also an instructor in computer science. And the thing that extended learning is doing in this space is that we are, we do non-credit credential programming, microcertificates and certificates and things like that. We've had a suite of AI-related courses and certificates for some years now, and that's continuing to expand. It's digital media, it's interactive experiences, it's ethics, it's governance, it's cybersecurity, all these to grow. We have a program that we specifically targeted at people in the digital and IT industry, because as you all know, having AI available completely changes the way you solve problems if you're an IT person. So we are focusing in that space, and we're getting hundreds of enrollments from employers, sending, in some cases, sending their entire IT teams through the program. But what brings me here, and this is really what Gabe touched on, is the diversity of applications and attitudes and perspectives on what's this good for and what's it not good for. And as someone involved in education and wanting to support, kind of the Canadian strategy for economic development and everything else, I'm here to learn from everybody and to build these relationships with experts and practitioners, because ultimately, having you all somehow involved in our programming and our planning, as advisors, as subject matter experts, as instructors, as people who might hire our graduates, because if you're teaching, one of the reasons you teach is because you want to hire the best students, and to help us with the strategy so that make sure that we're covering the right things and providing value to learners.
I definitely jumped out of my seat when I saw your registration came in, Larry. I checked you out and I was really excited that you're joining. I thought you'd be a really valuable voice in the choir, and I'm really happy that you're here. And so I'm going to defer much more chatting with you till another time. But there's a lot of things I do want to connect with you about. I guess in particular, I think if your efforts and some other efforts in this like regional ecosystem come together, that we have a very good story to people like the federal government around AI upskilling and adoption funds in the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff like that. And other provinces have received those already. And we've only been limited by our ability to come together and tell a cohesive story that benefits all the, the SFUs, the UBCs, the BCITs, and the everybody's, the Emily Cars, and really lifts up the, so we'd love to get funding for like sector-based upskilling for creative professionals or something like that, or different. And so this is on my mind, and I said I wouldn't talk about it, and I did a little bit. So I'm just going to keep passing. Because we do try to end this at 1 so that everyone goes back to wherever they're going. Sev, 30 seconds, sir. Who are you and how are you showing up today?
Hello. I'm a co-founder of multiple organizations, which is Economy of Wisdom Foundation, as I mentioned, and also PolarGrid, where we provide real-time inference at the edge. And also we have a few exciting developments at PolarGrid where we've proven our thesis, meaning our infrastructure is actually faster and significantly faster than hyperscalers like OpenAI and AWS. And that's why we kind of set out to build the startups. And now people are jumping full-time. We just hired brilliant engineers, onboarding them right now. And also
well, I'm happy you found someone. I know it was hard to hire that person.
It was hard to hire. We finally found somebody. So the team is growing with 7 people full-time now. Henry also, who co-founded Sapien, joined us full-time as well. He was kind of been full part-time, now he's full-time. So
I saw that on
so
LinkedIn.
we're getting traction. So I'm just really grateful. Things are literally like I'm really grateful. The last half of the year, it went where everything went right, and it's very rare when it happens, because usually what happens, but everything kind of clicked. So I'm showing up with immense gratitude, and
Seven, I also
thank
get to
you.
work together on the side at the Indigenomics Institute with Caroline Hilton. He was instrumental in a bunch of the stuff that we did this fall, and so I'm super grateful for that. Puma, you're next on my screen, but I'm gonna just jump over you and let you go after that since your screen's off. I'm not sure if you're there. John, and then Puma, please. John T.
Hello. Sorry, I caught the Christmas cold. I'm just recovering. Hi all. Yeah, who am I? Goodness, it's I'm trying to think of now how to condense all this. I lived all over the place, spent many years essentially growing up in the US, moved back to Canada. Vancouver's my home out of all the cities I've lived in, despite its many problems, actually, in some ways because of some of its many problems. I've been working in product design for, oh Jesus, almost 30 years now. Much of that has been in healthcare. More recently, it's been in fintech, for two reasons. First of all, after 25 years of pushing in healthcare, I started getting frustrated at the internal resistance of the space. And secondly, the funding cycles changed. The fintech just simply had a lot more money. Not that money is important, but money allows you to do things. And so that money in the fintech space just allows a product designer like me to try new and different and edgy things as opposed to the highly conservative, highly regulated nature in healthcare. So it's not a judgment call. It's more of the circumstance just sort of pulled me more towards fintech. And that's fun. But anyway, so I find myself here. AI is a fundamental core piece of my work, not just in terms of services I'm delivering, but in how I deliver them, how I design the work that I'm doing. You will also probably notice that I'm also highly skeptical. So on the one hand, it's deeply integrated in what I do. I'm also highly skeptical of it, of much of it in a lot of ways. Yeah, exactly, right?
John's been a outspoken and valuable voice inside of our Mind AI and Consciousness groups that started coming around a couple months ago. It's a really interesting channel of philosophers going deep, and thank you for being a part of that and for bringing your best game. Puma, you made it back to Bowen Island. Who are you and how are you showing up today, sir?
So I did make it back. Yeah, as you said, I'm Puma. I have a background in the film industry. I worked like in IT for Scanline VFX. I was a cinematographer a while. I've done some color work, like grading and resolve, and I've done a lot of live event shooting. But I taught myself how to program when I was in elementary school. This was like before YouTube, so you didn't have videos to learn that stuff. And I went to VCAD, which is the Vancouver Visual College of Art and Design, graduated in 2015, where I did like a 3D animation and modeling. And the big takeaway I had there was like a lot of workflow stuff, like how the process of doing creative things on the computer while I was there. And I did a lot of Python work. And to this day, it's been my sort of a pseudo job to do tool development. I really love coding and making tools and coming up with the processes for creative development. And so more recently, I've worked significantly with AI to produce a number of applications. I introduced one of them that was just a Christmas project last night at the film meetup, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So basically my job is just smart and technical.
I've always really appreciated the effort that it takes for you to get to our live events, and you know, you got to ferry over and ferry back and figure out all the things in between. So thanks for showing up, man. And yeah, nice to see you. Garang, and then Michelle.
Hello. Yeah, as Chris said, my name is Gaurang. I also go by Dave if Pronouncing go wrong is harder. Uh, yeah, I've been a full stack engineer almost all my life, well, 13 years. And we moved to Canada from US in 2021. After being here for a couple of years, I was burnt out, so I decided to take a sabbatical and then like focus more on AI. And during that journey, my emotions went from, oh my God, AI can do this, to holy guacamole, should AI do this? And more I talked to people, more I saw it impact is a lot more diverse than like any other tech that came before that. So like Web 2 was okay, smartphones was also it okay. Like people didn't have as much negative emotions. But then when I talked to my dad or to my neighbor, even they're not using AI as much, they do have this concern about it. So, and that's why I'm here. The more I think about it, my emotions of or my judgment about AI is like very iffy. Sometimes I feel it's great. Sometimes I feel like, okay, we need to be careful about it.
Well, that's because it
And
is all those things. Your instincts are accurate. It's just because it's all those things at the same time.
exactly. And then I just attended one meetup, and being there, I realized, okay, I get to learn a lot of these diverse opinions from everyone. So excited to be here and looking forward to more meetups. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Michelle, and then we're gonna go to Juliana.
Oh, hi, it's Michelle here. I'm showing up. I've just returned from Mexico. I was down south there in Puerto Escondido and Huatulco in Oaxaca State. I'm doing a review of all AI things that I've been doing over the last 18 months. I come from a software development place. I'm specifically working on a small startup that's going to be a huge startup, condos in space. There's no platform to sell the condos on yet. I'm cognizant of that. I was very fascinated with the meetup last night. It's just great to see where everybody's at here. Fabulous pitches by everybody. Luke, uh, Dr. Bailey, Kevin did a fantastic job orchestrating. I'm reviewing what I was doing with some of my AI tools. I've got a little quick note here for you. I'll tell you
Michelle,
guys.
one of my favorite skits on the old Muppet Show was Pigs in Space. And
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
every
Do
time
I
you
look like
say
Link or?
condos in space, I can see Miss Piggy in the back going, condos in
Well,
space.
yeah, no, she's welcome. I'm looking at maybe integrating Da Vinci into my workflows. I'm thinking about okay, what am I going to put together in a book? I'm putting together short videos. I'm revamping my web presence and my marketing. So there's like a ton of stuff that I'm on right now. It's all very exciting, and I really salute you and thank you, Chris, for putting this all together.
Oh, keep sharing your stuff, man. I'm really interested in it. You know, you really inspire me when we're on the condos in space stuff, and just yeah, keep it coming. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a recruiter lady that popped up on our jobs channel this week from MDA Space, the big space
Yeah.
company. It's got like 40 million bucks for AI development from federal government. They just launched some new telescope in South Africa. So pay attention. That lady's hiring. She's probably going to come on as a sponsor, probably going to become a member. So there's going to be like a stronger space thing growing there that I would point your eyeballs towards.
I've found some very interesting mathematical solutions. They're a little bit beyond my head, but it's just amazing what the AIs will cough up now. Just
Yes,
like it's
sir.
mind
It is.
bending.
Juliana and then Naharika.
Hi, everybody. Juliana here, showing up a bit congested, but very excited to be here. I was one of those folks right before the New Year's who was like, oh my gosh, 100% want to get on board and join you all here because I got a taste of that diversity and inclusiveness. And I was like, this sounds like a wonderful, wonderful group. So my interest in AI primarily is in the education space. So my background is in adult learning. When I first saw a book titled Deep Learning, I thought it was about human learning. I was like, oh, fantastic. That like, and then I realized, okay, that at that point that felt very far away from what I was doing. And now it feels like right here, you know, so that's been a beautiful journey to be on. So just a kind of quick thumbnail of where I've been and where I'm going. Worked at UBC for a number of years, managing a program for academic leaders here at UBC. So a very particular set of adult learners moving into challenging new roles here. I was developing some technical interests and I decided I wanted to engage with that more heavily. So I went and developed technical curriculum for a US-based database company for a number of years, and that was fantastic. But then I kind of felt like it was time for a change again. So just in the last half year, I said, you know what, I really want to be engaging with AI kind of as a meat of what I'm doing. We were using AI tools, but kind of developing more of the same using AI tools. And I wanted to really take on board the new possibilities that AI makes possible for learning. So I'm exploring some new opportunities here locally. I also just wanted to just be more engaged with the local community. So that's kind of where I'm at, exploring opportunities, including back here at UBC. There's a new Learning Innovation Technology Center that's supporting faculty who are using AI in their teaching. And so that seems like a very exciting opportunity right in line with where I'm going. So really excited to be with all you here.
Thanks for being here. There's a couple things I wanted to call out for you and Larry. One, we have a connection with the Emerging Media Lab, sort of. So Patrick Penfather, who works in the EML there, is a major contributor to our community. He might be someone to put on your radar as we kind of form allies in different places. And then we have an AI and education subgroup, and we've met 3 times. And our next meetup is 2 weeks from yesterday. And that takes place at Ethos Labs, which is a Black and Indigenous focused youth space in Vancouver. That's one of the coolest fucking projects going on in the city. So Antonia from Ethos has partnered with us. We're also running a youth AI experimentation lab at Ethos on Friday nights for the next 6 months, where people from this community are being guest speakers at the Ethos experimentation lab workshop. So plug into all that one way or another. I can point it out to you later. Nahirika.
Hey, hi everybody. This is my first time attending, so very, very new member. I've been in the tech space for about 25 years. I am a product designer by profession and by heart, with a focus on inclusivity and ethics. So, hearing everything at the beginning of it was just spot on, because I see AI, being that system that could either solve it all or break it all. So last year, 2 really good things happened. I finally woke up to AI and said, okay, this is something to pay attention to, just as I was starting to get bored of my 25 years in tech. And the second thing is I decided I was going to stay in Vancouver. So I started to build the community, and this community came up at exactly the right point. And I with a few other folks, I started to build a strong women in tech community. For the past 20 years, I've been hopping between US and Canada. And that is where the decision to stay in Canada came into play for valid reasons. And I'm really looking forward to building something and getting more collaborating with all of you.
Are you connected to Jyoti Sharma?
I don't see that name, no.
There's a woman in our community who goes by Joy or Jyoti, and she has some sort of women's in tech group emerging as well. I'm going to try to connect you guys
Perfect. Yeah. That is great. I have lost my voice. I thought it was just me, all of that yapping that I did in India over the past month, but I see a lot of you are coming through with the same issue. But I have to say, this is the loveliest and happiest community on AI that I know. And I love the warmth that this community brings in. So it's got me more excited about
all we
AI.
got left in the age of these cold steel machines is like our human connection, warmth, and literally. And I thought that, one of the very, very original reasons why we started this was because I looked at the landscape and I'm like, everything's going to get eaten by AI except for local, regional, in-person community stuff.
Right?
And I'm like, I don't know what's coming, but I'm less scared of it. And I got like 100 homeboys and we're all going after it together. We're figuring stuff out. So that was kind of the genesis of this was like, let's come together. Let's build something local and human and connected that can be some sort of response or container to whatever's coming down the pipe is kind of where we're
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm really happy to be a part of this.
So we got about 13 minutes left and we got about 10 people left. And so I think we're going to land the ship perfectly as long as everyone takes about a minute or so. So Eamon and then Martin and then Peter.
Hi, I'm Eamon, and it's been 3 months with this lovely community, and it's been a dense 3 months. And it's been slightly more than a year in Canada, and I was on the product data and management side back then when I was in Turkey. Main known algorithms built for vehicle routing problem, or aka traveler salesman problem. And for the last 2 years, I've been freelancing on data strategy and workflow automations to mainly American and Canadian startups. Recently, I'm more into in agent chains, discovering and learning them. It's feel like a video game, which I love and I really enjoy it. Um, so I think it's all.
Well, welcome. It's really great to have you here, and nice to see your face. Thanks for showing up for these. And yeah, Martin, and then
Awesome.
Peter Bittner if you're around.
Awesome. Hey everyone. Hey Chris. Yeah, second time I've actually managed to make it to this one. Timing's a little bit difficult, so apologies that I'm kind of dividing my attention.
Martin's got a fancy new job.
That's right. So that is the you asked how I'm showing up. I'm showing up underwater at the moment, but still love making time for this community. Where I come from. So tech space for a very long time. I like to kind of say I've been doing AI since before it was cool. Studied actually did my undergrad at UBC in the COGS program. Went on to do a master's in AI when it was not cool and no one wanted to fund it because nothing was actionable, begging for supercompute time at like 3 a.m. to squeeze in your model training between real important stuff. Later on, ended up doing a PhD, continuing down in that space, and I've been working in tech, privacy preserving ML at Mozilla, and then consulting for some of the larger, let's say like larger, medium-sized professional services companies. So generally juggling a couple different AI enablement and deployment projects.
I
In
appreciate
parallel.
your humility. Martin's a genius. He just moved back from the Netherlands, and he's been working for Mozilla at a very high level, doing very interesting things. He and I put together a team for the Databricks hackathon a couple months ago.
That
Is
was
how we
pretty
first started to
fun.
get to know each other. We placed in the top five, and just a really interesting cat. Puma, this is the guy you were fighting with about pirate open source software on the Brain Trust channel.
Oh,
So
there you go.
Puma, Martin, Puma.
Nice.
The guys with the two nicest beards found each
There
other,
you go. There you go.
found themselves at opposite ends of the spectrum on.
And I was gonna say like seriously, I would say outside of the AI and tech space, my one passion is sailing. So Puma, if you were for the summer meetups, Bowen to Vanier Point doesn't have to be a long commute. We can sail together.
There you go, man. I love it.
My objection there is more so about the content being public in the space where we have people who are more sensitive positions. But like outside of that, I don't care. Talk about whatever.
There you go. We can pick up the thread if you want.
Save it. I want to talk more, but not here. Armin
Yeah.
and then Peter. Armin and then Peter. Okay, Peter.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm thrilled to be here. I am not in Vancouver, but I'm definitely part of the community and thrilled to be here through Chris. Um, you guys may have seen me on stage at a couple different times. I've been a speaker, and Chris and I are business partners. We run the AI Upgrade, which does everything from live Zoom cohort-based certification courses to consulting projects. We've worked with everyone from Arc'teryx, right, with a great presence in Vancouver, to folks from Salesforce, Hilton. I mean, all sorts of great.
AMD, Disney, National Geographic.
Yeah, yeah. And so my background, like Chris's, is in journalism and sort of the creative side of tech. Like Chris, I've worked in startup worlds in media and come from that background. I've also been a lecturer at UC Berkeley, where I got my master's in new media journalism about 10 years ago, and have been back there to teach everything from augmented reality and virtual reality storytelling to drone cinematography. And a few years back, before AI like kind of hit the mainstream, I was teaching a class there called The Future of Visual Storytelling, and was handed syllabus with AI on it from my mentor. And I was like, what the heck is this? It was maybe, I don't know, 2019, 2018, and there wasn't really anything to play around with at that point. But I was like, why is he even like putting this on a syllabus for me to teach? And so I started to poke around. Ended up being, fairly early when, GPT 3.5 launched in November 2022. Right around that time, Chris and I connected at a Google News Initiative accelerator, and we happened to be the two students doing basically the same business. And we're like, well, what the hell are we doing not teaming up? And so we hit it off. We've been teaching now dozens of cohorts for students, every sort of niche and industry, ranging from sales professionals to PR and communications, of course, journalism, but also other types of industries. And we have a lot of fun with it. It's definitely a labor of love. We've had a ton of great community members come through from the Vancouver AI community, BC. And anyway, I'm here to really just kind of engage and support Chris in his community here. And I love coming to the events. I'm hoping to come, monthly here. That's my New Year's resolution, is to be there every month. In Seattle currently, so not too far away.
So everyone may not even know this, but you actually do get some perks for joining the membership, some discounts at different things, half off memberships at the Space Center, and 25% off Peter and I's programs or whatever. So I'm really bad at selling things, but if you ever want to do more AI
I forgot we even do that, but yes, we have a discount for you all if you are
you get
interested
25% off our courses. I'll also say our prices are all listed on our website in American dollars, but we have a Canadian back end as well. So we can give you our 25% off the Canadian prices, not the US ones. And I'll let Peter mostly handle that shit. So there's not too much of a conflict of interest there. But Chris Carpenter and then Matlock.
Hey, good afternoon. Yeah, just working away. I picked up a pretty good primary client over the holidays, so I'm already just
yeah,
into
man.
it.
I know that
Yeah.
that came at the right time.
Yeah. So kind of got, doing the parent thing and like paying attention to two sets of like, things coming in at once, but it's work. And just like the AI stuff, when you can really like sink your teeth into something cool. So I'm doing like sort of political negotiations and standing up a vertical around like a hereditary chiefs group with a First Nation, one of the bigger First Nations in the province.
Chris,
And
I'm just going to interrupt you for a quick sec to say,
yeah.
would you just rewind, give me like a 15-second intro? Because there's a lot of new faces here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Lekovic Carpenter. I am the principal and founder of LC Insights, my sort of tech and First Nations governance and ECDev consulting firm. I used to work with the provincial government in telecoms and did like a whole bunch of ECDev and self-government stuff with my own First Nation. Before that, worked in like community-based nonprofits, like like low-income seniors type of stuff, anti-poverty work. But yeah, so picked up stuff and already just like bapping away at work, calling my old folks at the province and starting to lean on them on some issues. And it's kind of neat because sometimes you work with like the band council, like the elected council. Sometimes you work with the hereditary, and sometimes they work together. And so this is actually quite a cool landing spot to get into, and it's quite greenfield too. So I like that. I like building shit.
One of the subgroups we got is a private little government relations group, which is a handful of us that are, working with provincial and federal government in different ways. And Chris has been a big contributor and supporter of that. And it's, a lot of you I lean on in different ways for different sorts of knowledge. And it's just like Chris is a really, helpful person in this community in lots of ways and stuff. So great to see you here, man. I'm glad to hear you got a good gig.
Quick, one thing I am doing like AI related, start using Gemini. Gemini actually does what I want it to do now, and figuring out the art of prompting to get it what I want to do. But I've been looking for like a OneNote replacement because I don't like Microsoft so much, and I'm using Joplin. I'm just like adding all my like notes, like my handwritten notes and stuff into Joplin, so I can like Joplin puts it into Markdown, so then I can like start just like quickly building a database for quoting myself, and it's based on what we do with all our transcripts with BCAI, and I just kind of took a page out of our book.
Yeah, man, you're speaking my language. You're speaking my language. I can't wait to see what you built. I can't wait.
Yeah.
My thing, for those of you, Arnold got a little demo of it earlier. My thing's and Peter got a demo of it earlier. My thing's out of control right now. This methodology that we're talking about around recording, transcribing, building knowledge bases, deploying chatbots on top of them. My thing for sure knows more than me because it knows everything I know. Plus, it hasn't forgotten anything. So this thing's like, it's incredible. I can't wait to see what you built, Chris. I gotta keep it moving. Matlock and then Sarah.
Hey everybody. Yeah, my name's Matt. I'm the principal and founder of Cardio Creative, where I'm a designer. I primarily work with SaaS startups to pay the bills, but I work on a lot of other stuff on the side. The primary thing I'm working on right now is a creative protocol called Swarm, which its goal is to, keep the human intuition layer and sharpen the human intuition layer as we work with AI primarily. So yeah, that's me
Amazing.
quick.
Thanks for being here, bud. Hey, you raised your hand and said you wanted to help out, be kind of the archivist for these office hours calls. And so I've set up a bunch of infrastructure and I'd love for you to take that over today. So I'll pass you this recording, you do the transcription, put it on the Notion and then share it on the WhatsApp.
Do you just need
And
to give me access to the Notion admin rights or whatever rights I need? Is that all I need?
bless you. Thank you. As we grow, we're adding infrastructure all the time, and I'm really good at starting the things and getting them going. And then as people want to come and take them and run them, fuck yeah, then I can start more shit. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Matt. Sarah.
Hey, everybody. Oh, I am showing up today with a head cold, but here, happy to be here. It's my first time. And Chris, something you said spoke to me. That instinct to bring community together was something that I've had this past year. So I'm in Victoria, and I've been thinking a lot about like I got to do more in-person events here around AI. And but then I thought I'm going to join this group and see what they're doing and learn from them, and maybe I could help with some Victoria tangents of bringing people together over here. My work has been in the nonprofit sector my whole life. I don't have a tech background, so I sometimes fight some imposter syndrome when I show up in tech spaces now that I'm doing everything AI related, which I've been doing since 2022, jumping in full steam ahead. And I switched my consulting practice to doing specifically AI consulting for the nonprofit sector. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm helping them with AI adoption, which is a lot of policy, governance work. And I'm currently building an AI foundation course in partnership with a consulting firm for nonprofits in Canada. So that's me. Love learning from all the different sectors represented here and just expanding my mind and getting to know you all. So thank
A
you
lot
for
of
having
people
me.
feel like imposter syndrome, like you said, but I contend that AI kicked all the tables over so hard that it kind of hit a reset button. And so, like, everyone's reinventing their workflows. I've reinvented my programming workflow 4 times in 2 years. And so, like, at any point, you could have jumped in along the way and be caught up to speed. So it's like, and this whole idea of like getting ahead or getting caught up, I feel like is like an illusion now. Like it's so fast and so much and so all the time. The best we can do is like go for a swim in the ocean and immerse ourselves in it. But this idea that we're going to control it or own it or catch up with it or tame it, or that will lead. You want to talk unfulfillment, Sev? This idea that you're always striving towards some target that's illusionary is like that's like the definition of insanity, chasing after something you can never actually get. So I'm giving up that illusion that I can ever be caught up or ahead or up to speed or anything like that, Arnold and then William. Oh,
yeah.
Arnold.
So my work is I specialize in leadership development and culture transformation. I'm very interested in technology-supported behavior change. In 2018, I built an app that's designed to help people implement the behaviors that cause a positive physiological response in others. My long-term goal is to help humanity evolve beyond fear. And I had a great conversation with Chris today about the Futures and Ethics Lab, and I'm super excited to be part of those conversations about how do we help humanity evolve beyond this kind of cycle we're in of just not really taking care of each other. And so I'm super excited about that.
Arnold, as you said, is going to help shepherd the AI Futures Lab work farther than I've been able to do so far. Because like a bunch of you have been wanting to do stuff. I put together some stuff, but it just needed someone who's not me to kind of march it down the road a little farther. So he's going to be inviting participation, forming the kind of initial steering committee and seeing where that goes. So thank you for doing that. Mr. William.
There we are. Sorry, working and listening in. Really a great meeting. Chris and I know each other from way back. I've been in Vancouver's IT industry for about 35 years, I think, in various public and private sector kind of stuff. I pretty much do compliance and policy and governance work. I've been reading Edwin Schumacher's book, Economics as if People Mattered. I'm looking at AI from that perspective as well. I am looking more at general intelligence, artificial intelligence. And interestingly enough, somebody wrote a paper about my ideas, which is to use 5 senses essentially to see if we can teach AI to learn about its environment from the same way that we do. Touch, taste, obviously taste will be hard, but sight, hearing, those kind of aspects. So that's the place that I'm in right now.
You need to plug into the Mind, AI, and Consciousness group. This is very much what we're talking about. Like, if you taught every computer everything that we knew, but it learned it a different way than through experiences of the senses, does it actually know? Like, what are the differences between those two consciousnesses? Like,
absolutely. And I think that's what makes this an interesting frontier. I was going to say the stats you have about gender equity and so forth. Back in the early 90s, it was 17% women and it was the rest were men. And that hasn't changed in the IT industry in 30 odd years. And as much as we've tried to hold space and so forth. So I really think it has to be led by those people, and we need to step back. And if we are asked to hold space, let's do that. But really it is about putting people forward. I'm fine, right? I fit the demographic of people who I didn't grow up that way, but I look like the man. So I'm much more helpful, I think, being a mentor, listening, advising if I'm asked, but otherwise just getting out of the way and let people lead. So that's the other part of it. Anyway, and I believe this community is doing that. I think it's doing a good job of it. Thank you.
I don't want to extend this call too much longer, but you've spoken to a lot of my own personal challenge. I also think that stepping aside when possible is the way to go. It's the biggest thing I have to offer. And so how do I both lead a group of things charged into the future and also step aside at the same time and make those spaces? So I'm trying to figure out this own, conflict inside myself. Like I was even talking to Alex this week, and like one man host or MC can disproportionately change the perception of an all-female night of speakers or something like that too. So I'm just trying to figure this out, because I do believe that I've got some sort of like special vision and talent that I want to carry forward through this in a leadership capacity. But then also I do see like the making space through step. It's a very interesting conundrum that I'm, net me.
Yeah, yes, Chris, I won't take much time. I just actually have an idea on that. And because I have a daughter, she's 5 years old. And then last night also I asked Kevin that can I bring her for the event, because I could not find a babysitter for her. And then my husband is also equally interested in the event. So we didn't have a place, because it's a like afternoon session. So we didn't have a place to keep her. And then yeah, that was trouble. So that's what I am experiencing. So these women that who are in the tech, also that their counterpart, like their partner, their spouse, are also mostly they are in the tech industry also. So that a person, a man that who is doing this, like for an example, that if it's a full stack engineer or in software engineers like mine, so they are like 100% occupied, right? So
yeah.
So we are the women that doing all the household cares, and then with the kids, and then maintaining their school work and everything, and then thinking about the cooking and everything, and also managing the career, right? So I think if we just like for an example, that if we can just if you want to just increase the women participation in our sessions, that maybe that we can just like add a line kind of that that it's open for the kids, and also that we can just I know it's late night, right? My one is like she can stay like until midnight maybe. So but we can like introducing something like for to do with the kids. So like I think it's like a fun thing for them. Like it's not the session that we are having, like a different thing, maybe that a kids session kind of thing. So
I'm gonna do some
we
thinking
can
and
just
get back to you. Those are some really good ideas I haven't thought about yet. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh no, I lost Dimitri. That's too bad. Atakin, will you bring us home? Are you interested in turning on your? Yes, sir.
Sure. Hello there, everyone. I'm Atakan. Hello. I'm an analyst. What I do is I help teams progress. Let me be quick. I worked for a startup before and then moved to Vancouver, studied data engineering. Right now, I'm in between jobs. I love learning and learning how to learn. My future is in there. Like, I just love what learning can do for people. And yeah, I'll build my future from there for sure. Anyway, since last year, I've tried to join a lot of communities around, and I somehow found myself in this community as well. And I must say, I'm really enjoying it. I see a lot of people who loves what they're doing. There's a lot of diversity, which is one of my core values. And yeah, I don't want to take it too much, but yeah, I like hearing all of you guys' different ideas and passion. Yeah, thank you.
I know you're a part of some interesting like reading groups and stuff too, and I just want to let you know you're always welcome to share things from other places here and stuff. There's not any sort of like territorial things. You're welcome to invite people out and whatever. It's
I'm
all
aware of that, and that's another amazing thing. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you're welcome to just, do what you need. So did I miss anyone? Oh, Udbab.
Hey, I'm a recent graduate from UBC, just graduated a week back, in COG, same as Martin, and I'm working with Chris and Peter at the AI upgrade and also helping at BCAI ecosystem. I have background in full stack development, data engineering, and now I'm leaning more towards AI workflows and systems. So I enjoy this community a lot for various reasons you guys have already mentioned, and it's something very close to my heart. And over the period of last year and more, I've grown a lot with this community and gotten a lot of value, yeah, emotional value as well from this community. So yeah, I'm here and want to.
Congratulations on all your recent successes. Udbab just won an international hackathon in Paris, France, won 3,000 euros for an oceans project that he built. And that was the like ninth consecutive hackathon in a row that he had won, that he had participated in. He's on a tear. So get him while he's hot and young. Anyone else have anything they need to say? I'm sorry that I went 10 minutes long. We will not do that again in the future. I'm just adjusting to and there's so many new folks. There's lots to say and stuff. So we'll see you on the group chats. Look for a post from Matlock in a day or two with the transcript from this. And yeah.
Wait, Chris, I've got a question for you. Where in Mexico are you right now?
I'm in Mexico City on like the 60th floor of an apartment building.
What
I've been
neighborhood?
for about Polanca.
Very posh, very posh.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I only ask because I might be there in the next couple weeks.
I'm coming home actually as soon as I can. I maybe stayed 2 days too long. I'm ready to be back.
I get it. Okay, we'll pass each other in the airport.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Have a great
everybody.
weekend. Cheers.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you. Bye.